Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Libras, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. So Libra, this series of readings is about chapters closing in your life and new chapters beginning. So I want to show you this crystal that I have for this series, which is an ocean jasper tower, and this represents flow. And so I wanted to set the intention that whatever chapter you're closing out right now and entering into a new one, that you do so with ease and with many blessings. So I'm going to be using this awesome new deck that I got by Stacey DeMarco called the Oracle of the Universe, getting the overall energy and then 4 cards for the base spread from that deck. And for the tarot clarifiers, it's going to be the Muse Tarot. So cards have been pre-shuffled. Libra, I hope you are well. So let's see. Overall energy is out. Oh my goodness. Off to quite a start. Okay, everything down. And then for the tarot. One more. Okay. Wow, okay. Sorry, I don't know things are making noise on my desk, so I want to make sure that I'm not going to be distracted. You got the number 20 card. It's the Cetus constellation. 20 in the major arcana is the Judgment card. And the word is fear. This is you're the first sign to get this card from this deck. It's a pretty gnarly picture. It kind of looks like a dolphin, but like a robotic dolphin, or a dolphin that is like possessed or something. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. This is a very fraught image, especially like what is going on right here. It's just kind of being trapped and bound at a threshold. Oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. Spirit just gave it to me. I was like, what the heck is this image, Spirit? I see what it is now. You are at this threshold of discovery about yourself. You are right at the precipice of up-leveling. You're right at the precipice of about to embark upon something that may change your life, that may change your perspective towards your life. And wrapped up in the number 20 of the Judgment card, right? The Judgment card is all about answering the call of Spirit. And so there could be something here where Spirit is just putting something right in front of you and saying, are you ready? Are you brave enough? This is what you wanted, is what they just said to me. This is what you wanted. Are you ready to walk through the portal? You know, suddenly, as I started to look at this, it was almost like an illusion, like a mirage, like your imagination. Because it's very, like now that I look at it, it's almost comical. It looks like an animatronic robot that you would see. You know, have you ever seen the behind the scenes footage of Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Is a classic film in the 70s. 70s? It's called Jaws. It's about a killer shark. Crazy killer shark. I guess they consider that a horror movie, but it's also a classic that just absolutely terrified people, and literally people did not go into the water after that movie came out because they were so scared. When you watch the behind the scenes of that film and you see what Jaws actually is, it's just this like clunky metal animatronic robot thing that's controlled by people, and it's very clunky looking, right? And that's kind of what this reminds me of, that it's almost as if your fear could be, it's very kind of convoluted what Spirit is showing me right now, but they're showing me the Wizard of Oz, but in your scenario, the wizard is your ego. And it's like you draw back the curtain of your ego, and the thing that is making you afraid is very clunky and almost unsophisticated. Because fear is unsophisticated. Fear is all over the place. Fear has no rhyme or reason sometimes, right? Sometimes it has explanation. But when our fear is like this and it goes into overdrive because we're at the precipice of something that might catapult us into success, then we start to make up all sorts of reasons as to why we can't do something. This completely ties into the Judgment card of the tarot, because that card is all about your choice. It's all about the move that you are going to make and the responsibility you take in owning it. So I'm kind of excited for you in this weird way. I know this card says fear, but it tells me that you're at a breakthrough point. It's not how you may be feeling right now, though. This is what I see for you, but in the past energy, number 3, the Gemini constellation, and the word is rescue. To me, this card represents being of two minds about something. So very air energy, so in keeping with your element. I'm seeing the 2 of Swords in the, I don't see it here, but I see it in my mind's eye. The 2 of Swords is kind of like a decision point where you're deliberating this option or that option. And I always say that Gemini energy, what's so unique about Gemini energy is it's of the mindset that this and that are true. And somehow we can come from one place and inhabit 2 spaces at the same time. The word is rescue, though, and maybe you were feeling like you were in over your head. What did I get myself into? Am I sure that I manifested this? I think you did, Libra. Because it's here, 3 of Inspiration in the reverse. 3 of Inspiration in the upright is the 3 of Wands. Wands in the tarot represents fire energy. The impulsivity, creativity, sexuality, all those fiery elements. In this particular card, I just think it's so interesting because it's almost like you're kicking the domino stack right in the middle. Instead of starting at the beginning and having this beautiful line of succession of movement, it's just like, nope, it's time that these dominoes got kicked over. And so they were right in the middle. And things could just be kind of chaotic everywhere, right? So, sort of like this fear, chaotic everywhere. But it is a card of waiting normally, but in the reverse, it kind of tells me you already, I don't know why they just wanted me to say kick the can, not kick the bucket, kick the can. Like that game that the kids the kids, the youngsters, you know, walking home from school and there's like this rogue can or rock or just piece of garbage or whatever, and I can see two friends kind of just kicking it down the street until they reach their house. I don't know where that is coming from, but I felt like I had to say it. It kind of represents incremental movement, that you're just every tap of the can, every kick, you're getting further and further and further down the street. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but Spirit, it's very clear in my head. It's a dirt path. It's two boys and kicking a can. The number 3 in the major arcana of the tarot represents Empress energy. Empress, my favorite card in the tarot, represents the master attractor. It's somebody who is really channeling and tapping into earth energy, 3D energy, so that all of their manifestations are coming to them, right? What is it that you need rescue from? Is it your fear of fear itself? The fear itself. I can't make it up, Libra. Number 20, please. Whenever, you know, awakening, the judgment card of the major arcana. Whenever I see this succession, 2020, right? 2020 vision. Seeing things clearly for the first time. Understanding what it is that what you're actually up against. If this has to do with like a new job, a new relationship, moving to a new town, whatever new is kind of coming into your life right now, there is no doubt that you will succeed, because Libras are very highly strategic, highly intelligent. You don't do things haphazardly. There's always a measured approach. You know what Spirit just gave me? Like, you know how resourceful you are. That's not the issue. But maybe for the first time in your life, you really manifested in a big way, like something rather impossible or something you never ever thought could happen, just for the heck of it, just to see what would happen. And now Spirit is calling the bluff, and they're delivering it to you, and I think you're finding yourself rather astounded by your power, by your ability to follow a path that was meant for you. You're definitely on a path, right? You've stepped onto the path now. Like, you know, I'll just give you an example of what I'm talking about. So I had my Akashic records read several times, actually. The Akashic records, the Akasha, the warehouse in the great beyond that holds the information of past, present, future, all in one space. And people who are trained to access the records, we all have access. It's just that we have to be trained to get there, right? They can pull all sorts of things out of your past lives. And I asked about my past lives and what my very first life was. And I was a teacher. In my very first life, I was a teacher. And the echoes of that have followed me throughout, I think I have had 13 lifetimes so far. It's not to say that I can't stray from that path, but when we stray from our life's blueprint, we meet more challenges than we would if we were on the path. So if you were meant to be a healer in this life, but you want to be an astronaut, there is nothing that's saying that you cannot be an astronaut, but man, you will work for it. You will have to put in the hours to become that astronaut, and good for you. But if you choose to, follow your path to healing, doors will open easily, right? The more easily doors open, it's like that's your indication that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? According to what your soul is kind of crying out for you to do, right? So that's my belief anyway, but I found that to be true, that the more resistance we meet in a relationship, in a job, it's probably an indication that it's time to go, it's time to leave, it's time to change. But then we become resistant to change. Like, what if this environment was all you ever knew? All you ever knew was chaos. And then I present an environment to you that is, I don't have an example right. Let me see if I can find one. I don't know why Spirit wants me to do this, but like they want me to do this, so I'm going to do it. Like this. Look at that energy. This is not for your reading per se, it's just the imagery that I want to show you. You're going from something like absolutely chaotic and it's all you've ever known to something like completely ethereal and beautiful and magical and awe-inspiring. Would you even know how to react? Would you even know what to do with it? Spirit wants you to entertain that idea because it's about to happen for you. And this synchronicity is absolutely beautiful. 2020 vision. In the present energy, the Draco constellation, guardianship. This is the year of the dragon after all, and I do want to show you this little guy right here. This is the dragon. This is Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, one of my favorite films. Right, and what he represents is loyalty. I have this on my desk because it's the year of the dragon, okay? But also I love him. But there's this sense of camaraderie with Toothless, that he was a loyal companion, a best friend. This guardianship energy is absolutely your spirit guides. Look at how, look at the look on the dragon's face. It's almost sassy. Your spirit guides are completely surrounding you at this time. Number 28, which reduces to a 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Everything in divine timing. It's your time, Libra. It's your time. And yet here you are, 6 of Emotions, 6 of Cups, being really nostalgic, thinking back to the past when, things might have seemed quaint, easier, more simple, and life through this leveling might be getting a little bit more complicated. And I'm thinking of a very, very important Libra. I have many Libras in my life. I'm sure if you've been watching me, then you know that I'm a Libra North Node. And the North Node is where you're learning all your lessons, and therefore Spirit has surrounded me with Libras on all sides. Home, work, friends, can't avoid them. But a very important Libra in my life is coming to my mind. And I just hear her saying, well, what if I don't want to up level? What if I want to stay in my bed? Right? The soul might be tired. Your soul might be just exhausted. You could just be so tired. Like, why do I have to be an overachiever? Why was that my lot in life? I'm sorry, Libra. Perhaps it just was. You know, you're the voice of reason, aren't you? We need Libras in places of power to be the voice of reason in a chaotic world. It's a responsibility. And you may be looking back to the past thinking, oh, things were so simpler back then, so much easier. But you have so much support. Your spirit guides, your higher self backing you all the way. Look at this. Queen of Inspiration in reverse and the Lovers, right? Another synchronicity. Gemini energy. The Lovers is a choice point. Could talk about divine partnership, but in your reading today, I feel like it's absolutely at you're a choice point. Like you're just about to be at this precipice, about to look over the mountain, look over the horizon at what's waiting for you. But with the Queen of Inspiration in reverse, you're not feeling confident. This is usually a card of somebody who is stunningly beautiful, which we all know Libras are. Confident, really coming very strongly from the solar plexus chakra and the sacral chakra. Knowing what we think and feel, acting on those things, having the wherewithal and the impetus to move forward. This card is in reverse for you. You are afraid to step forward into your power. That's very clear. But it's something Spirit is really reminding me. The Lovers, I don't know if the Lovers came out for anybody else. We'll see if it comes out for Gemini, but the Lovers card talks about something that's going to speak to your heart space. Whatever it is that you're like facing it down right now. I think you're making it bigger in your head. I think you're like making it too big in your head, and it's causing you a little bit of anxiety. But I will say, I think that you're going to push through it. You're going to feel the fear and do it anyway. Number 22, it's a master number. The Pegasus constellation in the word is freedom. I want to point out to you the fact that this Pegasus is right here, right on the edge. Wings extended. Wings given to you by your spirit guides and your higher self, your ancestors, everybody that came before you to kind of help you elevate, lift off, so you can have that sense of accomplishment, freedom from fear, and your future potential. And Nine of Voices in reverse, this is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is usually nightmare energy, analysis paralysis, overly worried and concerned, but the card is in reverse in the future energy. I think you're going to feel the fear, do it anyway, and just kind of snap out of it and say, no, I owe it to myself to jump, to make the leap of faith. I owe it to myself. Clarifier, please. Ace of Voices in the reverse. This is Swords energy. This is your energy. Ace of Voices always brings new epiphanies, downloads from Spirit that clarify things. You still feel like you're in the dark a little bit, but when aces are in reverse, I always want to point out the fact that we have to be in the mindset to receive. And because the mind has been very preoccupied lately, you may have found it difficult to quiet the mind, to meditate, and Spirit is saying that's precisely what you need to do right now in order to get that. This Ace of Voices, the Epiphany, that is absolutely the 2020 vision that I was referring to before. And Spirit is asking you to please quiet the mind. Please have confidence that, thank you, Spirit. Like that what you're, sometimes when we get messages from Spirit, it can be kind of scary, especially if you're not used to it. Sometimes even now, it's like I've been, going through my spiritual awakening for several years now, and sometimes I get a little scared because when you open the door, you don't know what you're letting through, right? That's why we have to kind of clear our energy, burn Palo Santo or sage, protect our energy, protect ourselves, be cognizant of the world around us and things we should avoid, staying in high vibration, surrounding ourselves with high vibrational people, right? So there's a part of you that you could have heard little distant voices from Spirit telling you you should go this way, Libra, you should go that way, Libra. Yes, do this, Libra. And it could have intimidated you or scared you a little bit. And look, it's always your choice if you want to follow that guidance and advice. But really try to remember this energy. They're like your buddy, your friend, that their agenda is only for your best and highest good, that you fulfill your highest destiny. And your highest integrity, right? That whatever this is that you're embarking upon, it's not just completely self-serving. I mean, whenever we are in high vibration, we inevitably serve others because we're happy. And when we meet others in a state of happiness, then we can give a little bit of that happiness to them and they to other people, right? Like, I used to work retail and now I work in hospitality, and I'm an introvert, so that's the hell of a thing, right? To be in spaces and places where it's constant interaction with people, but people mirror one another. And if somebody approaches me with a bad attitude, that bad attitude is going to just rub off on me, and then I might give them a bad attitude, and vice versa. When we can be settled and happy in ourselves, it's almost like nothing can touch us, right? So I'm seeing this here for you, that if this has to do with your personal happiness will ultimately serve others, right? It's a really beautiful energy. But in order to really inhabit that, you have to kind of make peace with the fact that you're tapping into the higher energies right now, right? You're at the portal, remember? You're tapping into these energies that might feel a little foreign to you. So just sit with the discomfort. Be comfortable with the discomfort. And here another master number. Advice from Spirit, number 44. The canopus, bright star, and the word is guidance. Guardianship and guidance. Your spirit guides have you. Thank you, Spirit. It's like the Six of Swords energy, that you're in this boat, that the waters are not as choppy anymore. Things are going to start calming down for you. Once you get in the boat, we have you. We're here, right? Muse of Voices, this is the King of Swords energy. I attribute it to Gemini, but it is often connected to Libra as well, and Aquarius. It's this idea as the King of Swords that sitting fully in the seat of your power, in your element, in the swords element, where things are making sense to you. The King of Swords is an expert in their field, is an authority figure, right? So it's almost as if you're fearing that you may not have all the answers, you may not know how to do all the things, eventually, with persistence and a belief and a confidence in yourself, you will become the master. You will become the authority, as you always do. It's a confidence game. Play the game, Libra. Don't let the fear get to you. Feel it and then move past it. That's your reading, Libra. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you.